Anybody home? Doc! Doc!
Combat, a Selmer production. Combat. Starring Rick Jason. Vic Morrow. Special guest star, Gary Merrill. Co-starring Geraldine Brooks.
Where you headed, Sergeant? Ouray. Convoy stops at Ouray. Climb in the back. Thanks.
They told me it's about a mile to the aid station in Ouray. I think I must have walked about.
You were saying, Sergeant. The aid station at Ouray. You were walking there.
Oh, yeah, well, it's my leg.
Was it bad?
Oh, no, it's all right.
Well, I'm glad we happened along.
Well, so am I.
My name is Hunter, Ann Hunter. I'm with the 49th Evac.
I'm Sergeant Saunders, Company K, 361st.
361st.
Yes, ma'am.
That's his company, too. Private John Lee. G Company. Do you know him?
No. Is it going to be all right?
I don't know. You'll have to ask the doctor. Captain August, Sergeant Saunders.
I don't know either, Sergeant. Depends. Gets to the field hospital in Jerome. If infection doesn't set in before the shrapnel's cut out of his stomach. There aren't 10 others on the table ahead of him. Any more questions, Sergeant?
No, sir.
Might be better if you rode up in front.
He's only going as far as the aid station at Oray.
Good.
Blauer Adler, das ist Roter Turm. Ich habe einen Angriffspunkt für Sie. Die Stadt von Oray. Oray. Auf Ihrer Karte Abschnitt 3.005. Ich wiederhole. Die Stadt von Oray. Auf Ihrer Karte Abschnitt 3.005.
End of the line, Sergeant. All right. Who told you there was an aid station here? Doesn't look like there's much of anything left. Oh, we can take you on to the field hospital at Giron.
Well, how far is that?
About 70 miles, give or take a kilometer. There's another at Layell, about 40 miles south of here.
I'll never make it back. My outfit will think I went over the hill. I'll catch up to that aid station. It can't be that far. Thanks for the ride, huh?
Well, don't mention it.
I'm sorry you're not going on with us.
Well, so am I. Thanks for the lift.
Sergeant. Good luck.
Hi. Where is everybody? Come on. Let's find out, huh? Get in the back.
Look, Sergeant,
I said get in the back. Now move. What happened? What does it look like? Change it.
Sergeant, back at Ouray, I didn't want to sell out. I tried to make a run for it. Right. I killed a motor and I couldn't get it started again.
You're a liar. We blew a tire. How was he?
Alive? I better take a look at that leg.
It's all right.
Look, Sergeant, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I ran out back there. And I'm a doctor and I left that man to die.
Didn't you?
The convoy was wiped out. I didn't think we had a chance.
You were wrong.
What about the others?
I'm not talking about the others.
I am. If I'd stayed to save one life, I might have thrown away 3 others doing it. Who'd have been to blame then, Sergeant?
I'm not talking about blame either. I'm talking about turning your back.
On a dead man. He doesn't have a prayer. He never did. He'll be gone by the time we get him to Jerome.
I'm not going to Giron. I'm going to Lyell. There's a field hospital there.
Lyell?
It's only half as far. Your driver told me.
Did he also tell you that we'd have to run the Germans' flank to get there?
I know that.
We'd never make it. And even if we did...
Look, Captain, you may be willing to sit back, play God, and let that man die. But I'm not. I'm going to Lyell.
Look, Sergeant, no matter what we do or don't do, that man's gonna die.
Then we'll bury him. In Lyell.
Il y a beaucoup d'Allemands sur les routes de l'Aigle. Il y a beaucoup d'Allemands sur la route des Aigles. Ils ont volé toute ma ferme et tous mes animaux sont tués. Il ne reste plus que mon cheval et ma voiture.
He says there are Germans on the road ahead. They burned him out.
When?
Quand est-ce qu'ils ont fait ça?
Oh, hier, aujourd'hui, je ne sais pas, je ne sais plus.
He doesn't remember.
All right, let's get him in the ambulance.
Non, je veux rester ici. Je ne peux pas aller avec vous, je suis trop vieux. La guerre est finie pour moi, fille.
He wants us to leave him here. He says he's too old to go on. Too old for war.
Now let's get out of here.
Is that all you ever think about? Running?
Well, you heard what he said.
I heard.
Well, if you ask me, I think...
Nobody asked you. Well, let's load up.
Look, Sergeant.
You just do like I tell you.
For how long? Will you get us all killed?
You can walk out any time you want.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like to prove that I was a coward. That's what this is all about, isn't it?
I'll tell you what this is all about. That could be me lying in that stretcher in there. And if it was, I wouldn't want to be counted out just because some know-it-all didn't think I had a chance.
We're not talking about his chances now. We're talking about ours.
We're going to Lyell.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Now who's playing God, Sergeant?
Sergeant? Sergeant, don't you think you're being kind of hard on the captain?
You know a better way to get him to stand his ground? Fight back?
Fight back?
That's the only way he's going to get there from here.
Well, I don't understand.
Look, I've seen men with combat fatigue before. Good men. They fall apart. Never get the pieces back together again. Not without help.
You saying you're trying to help the captain?
The only way I know how. By pushing him. I'm going to keep pushing him till he breaks or finds enough spine to stand up on his hind legs and fight back.
Now, that's a good way to get yourself a court-martial, Sergeant.
He won't bring a charge.
You mean you don't think we're going to make it?
I didn't say that.
No, but you meant it.
Now, look, the Army says I can order you around all I want, so just stay out of my way till we get to Lyell.
Well, why not your own?
Because it's half as far.
But the Germans are up ahead.
Well, that's a chance we're going to have to take.
Well, why? For that wounded man or for the captain?
Both.
Even if it means getting us all killed?
Staying alive, that's all you think about, isn't it?
I'm no hero, if that's what you mean.
That's what I mean.
You know, you could be wrong about me, Sergeant.
Oh, could I?
Yeah, and wrong about the captain, too. He checked every last man in that convoy to see if they needed help.
All but one. The most important one as far as he's concerned.
He worked on that man for hours. He did everything that he could.
Not everything.
I hope you know what you're doing, Sergeant. If you don't, you could wind up in the stockade.
If the captain finds enough men inside him to throw the book at me, then he's got his problem solved. Now, let's go.
We'll have to wait till it lets up.
That may take all night. We'd have stayed on the main road at Jerome. We'd have been there by morning.
Well, what difference does that make, Captain? You said you left a dead man in the streets at R.A. You changing your diagnosis, Doctor? Do you think he has a chance now?
I didn't say that.
And it doesn't make any difference when we get to Lyell, does it?
Sergeant! You could stay out the storm in there.
Sergeant. You were right about back at Ouray. I ran. I sold out. I'd never been in anything like that before. I'm not a brave man, Sergeant. I never was. That's why I got transferred to driving that ambulance. They had me in jeeps at Fort Riley, assigned to a recon outfit. You know, the guys that are all the time out there in the front. I got so I couldn't sleep at night. Because I knew that if we ever got in a tight spot, I'd do just what I did in Ouray. Take off. Never look back. It's a stinking war.
It is the way you're fighting it.
I'm a coward, Sergeant.
No one ever told you that. You just figured that out for yourself.
It wasn't hard.
Running never is. It's a funny thing, though. Once you make up your mind to stand your ground, just once, you'd be surprised how easy it is after that.
What happens if that time never comes?
It will.
What if it doesn't?
You'll be fighting a war long after this one is over.
Who told you to bring that in?
I did.
Put it over by the wagon.
Yes, sir.
The storm doesn't seem to be letting up. I thought if it continued, you might want to,
Cut the shrapnel out of that man.
yes.
You gonna start in on me, too? Telling me what to do, what not to do?
Oh, you know better than that, Will.
That sergeant. I think he believes I want that man to die. Just to prove a point.
I could get him ready. We've done it before, under worse conditions than this.
So many times I've lost count.
Then why not now?
I can't.
You mean you won't?
I mean, I can. Not again. Not ever again. You have any idea what it's like to stand by and watch a man die, knowing there's nothing you can do to save him?
Yes. Yes, I do, Will. Coffee?
Thanks.
Sergeant, it's wrong to blame the captain for what happened at Ouray.
Is it?
You have to know him to understand. I worked with the captain before the war. He was chief neurosurgeon at the Belmont Hospital in Denver. Every nurse in that hospital wanted to work with me. I was very lucky. We were together for over 2 years. When he joined the Army, I joined the Army. He was what they called a bold surgeon. He was a brilliant doctor. Why, he'd take cases, hopeless cases, no other doctor would even attempt. The results were miraculous. The day of the landing at Omaha, he crawled on that beach for a mile, dragging men out of the water, working on them. Well, they say he saved over 50 lives.
Whatever happened to that man?
He's dead. He died when he began losing lives. Lives of men that he might have saved if he had gotten to them in time. There was never enough time. So, he started turning his back on hopeless cases. He began setting himself up as judge and jury as to who had a chance, who didn't. That's why the Army's sending him back.
Back?
Sending him to a base hospital. Somewhere he'll be out of the way. Not somewhere where he won't have to make decisions. Life and death. If only he could be made to see how wrong he is. He's a brilliant doctor.
There is one way.
How?
Get that man down there, Taleo, alive. And keep him that way.
He doesn't have a chance.
Who says? Hold it. Let him get it out first.
Well? You all right?
Those men back there. I've never seen human beings chopped to pieces like that before.
We had no choice.
Doesn't make sense. That sergeant. Taking 4 lives without batting an eye. Next minute, he's risking 4 others to save a man he doesn't even know. I guess I'll never understand this man's army. First, I tried to save them all. They accused me of grandstanding. Then I turned my back on the ones I knew didn't have a chance. They called it neglect.
Well, no matter what happens,
You'll stand by. I know. It's about the only thing I'm sure of it. Sometimes, though, I wonder why you put up with it.
I love you.
I know that, too. There's never any time for us, is there?
There will be.
Radiator's all shut up.
How long before we get to Lael?
That depends.
On the Germans?
The road, the motor, this block is ready to split wide open.
If we break down, do we have to push this ambulance on you?
Sergeant, listen.
It's a half track.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Lael!
Can't get there from here, not unless you can speak German. Crocs are broken through all the lines. They're coming up that valley back there. You can see them from the ridge. They're trying to cut off Lael. Welcome to trail along with me if you like.
We can't do that!
Oh, you better. We got artillery fire going into that valley at 1300 hours. Leave now, that'll put you right about in the big middle of it when it starts coming in. Hang back a ways, you won't have to eat so much of my dust. Good luck.
All right, Sergeant, what now?
We got 10 minutes.
For what?
Get to Lael.
You heard what he said.
I've been shot at before.
Look, Sergeant, you can't save them all. There comes a time when we have to make a choice. A choice as to who lives and who doesn't.
I always thought that was up to somebody else. Get off there.
I want to go with you. I gotta go with you.
All right. What about you?
You'll need me in back.
You going with him?
Yes?
He's a fool.
You used to be the same kind of fool, Will.
Captain, if you run fast enough, you can catch up to that half track.
Sergeant, we'll settle this when we get to Lael.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't look like too many to me, Sergeant.
It's only the point. Their main body's beyond that rise. We have 1 minute. Wait till it starts coming in, then we'll make a run for it. If we can get across that open, then we got a chance. You got a name?
Jones.
You know any prayers, Jones?
One.
Say it.
Yeah, I see it.
Corporal.
Yes, sir?
Give me battalion artillery.
As you will, Lieutenant.
But, sir.
Look for yourself. They got it made.
Here you are, Sergeant. Those are your walking papers.
You wouldn't know where I could find a 361st, would you?
Gee, it could be anywhere. You know, since that breakout, they've scattered all over the place.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sergeant.
How is he?
He's going to be all right. They're both going to be all right.
Any questions, Sergeant?
No, sir. No questions.
Come on, Lieutenant. We got work to do.
Sergeant! Hey, Sarge. I'm picking up a Jeep, delivering it to a recon outfit up north. Would you like a lift?
Thanks, Jones, but I got a lift.
Well, what about the dog?
You keep him for me.
How are you, Sarge?
The rest is over.
No more nurses and clean sheets, Sergeant.
Looks like your gold-rigging days are over.
Yes, sir.
Some guys have all the luck.
Yeah. Yeah. Some guys sure do.
What is this place, Sarge?
According to the map, it's an old winery.
What do you think?
Looks like they pulled out of here in a hurry.
It's too bad all these things are empty. Take a few bottles back to the guys.
Let's check out these other buildings.
Rufen Sie mich, wenn Sie die Kanonen sehen.
Jawohl, Captain.
Combat. Starring Vic Morrow. And Rick Jason.
So einem Weinkiller? Muss ich hier oben bleiben, Herr Kapitän?
Mit Ihrem Bauch bleiben Sie lieber nüchtern.
What's the matter?
Thought I heard voices.
Could have been the wind.
Rona, Americana! Sarge, over here! One's down below, the other one's in the tower! Bruna! Geh zum anderen Turm und schließ das Tor! Jawohl! They must be using it as an OP! Battalion's gonna move into this area. You know what that could mean? You're on the radio! Tell Lieutenant Harry the whole battalion's being spotted for enemy artillery! Go on! Sir? Crawl back! I'll give you cover! Kirby, crawl back! Search on the roof! I'm going to bring your friend into the building. I suggest you not use your weapon. It seems that you have killed Bruna. It is an empty victory, Sergeant. Your friend is badly wounded. If he does not receive medical attention, he will die. Do you hear me, Sergeant? Do you hear?
I hear you.
It would be to your advantage to surrender, Sergeant. Kirby. Private Kirby, can you hear me? When I first saw you, you were carrying a radio. Did you use it? Did you use it? Private Kirby, why did you and the sergeant come here? What have you seen? Have you reported to your superiors? Private Kirby! Sergeant! Private Kirby is dying. He wants you to surrender. He would rather be captured than to die needlessly for lack of medical attention. You've nothing to gain by continuing, Sergeant. Private Kirby has told me that you have not reported what you have seen. He has also told me that he's abandoned your radio because it was not working. I give you this chance to surrender, Sergeant. Every moment you hesitate brings Private Kirby closer to dying. What do you hope to achieve with these silly heroics, Sergeant? Private Kirby's mother and sister in Chicago. What will they think of you when they discover that you let him die uselessly? Private Kirby and I have discussed every consideration. He implores me to demand your surrender. He agrees that your position is hopeless. Sergeant, I feel it's only fair to warn you. By profession, I'm a hunter. My rifle, I have carried it to many places in the world in search of all kinds of game. It is specially built. It is modeled after my particular needs. Sergeant, you see the sign over the door of the last VAT building? Believe me when I tell you, you can't rush this room without being cut down in your tracks. Sergeant, look at your friend. He is dying before your eyes.
Beobachtungsposten Nummer 1, melden Sie sich. Beobachtungsposten Nummer 1, bitte antworten Sie. Beobachtungsposten Nummer 1.
Hier Vorwärtsstellen.
Die Batterien sind feuerbereit.
Sektor D, 6000 Meter Nord. Sektor E, 4000 Meter Nord, 2000 Meter West. Sektor G, 4000 Meter Nord, 3000 Meter Ost. Heute um 6 Uhr.
Bitte melden Sie sich.
Jawohl, Ende. Sergeant! I've just spoken with my gunnery lieutenant on my field radio. I've given him his final instructions. By tomorrow, we will control this area again. I give you one more chance to surrender, Sergeant. Hunter! Kraut! Kraut! What are you gonna do now? Huh? Your radio's busted! You're cut off from your men! You have no way of telling them to fall back! It is true that I am cut off from my men, Sergeant. But there is no need for them to retreat. You know that, and so do I. But what you don't know is we made contact on our radio. Our troops know where your artillery is. Within 1 hour, your guns will be destroyed. I have great confidence in my men, Sergeant. They know their weapons well. I've given them the positions of their targets. They have their final instructions. They will carry out my orders without fail. You don't believe that? Your stubbornness grows wearisome, Sergeant. I shall give you 10 minutes to think over my offer of surrender. If you've not come to your senses by then, I will kill Private Kirby. Think it over, Sergeant. Sergeant, 8 minutes have already passed. Private Kirby has told me that your radio is useless. Are you going to force me to reward his honesty by killing him? Private Kirby, can you hear me? Kirby! Bill. Bill, this is George. Huh? Your brother, George. George. Can you hear me, Bill? Huh? Tell me, Bill, where did you leave the radio? What? Your sergeant must know. The radio, where did you leave it? Well, never mind that. Have you warned your friends about the artillery? Oh. Well, they can get killed. Have you warned them?
No. I gotta warn them. But
you have not warned them. You did not warn them. No, you tell me, where did you leave it?
What?
Where did you put the radio? The radio. Tell me, where did you put it? I will warn them.
You're not...
I will warn them. For...
No.
Sergeant, I've decided to give you more time to consider my offer. The thought of killing your wounded friend is repugnant to me. It is no sport to kill a wounded animal. If he is to die, you will have to kill him through your stubbornness. When you have come to your senses, tell me. I will let you approach.
King 2, this is Wyverk. Checkmate, King 2, this is Wyverk. Over.
Come in, checkmate, King 2. Come in. Checkmate, King 2. This is why Rip. Checkmate, King 2. Acknowledge, over.
This is Checkmate, King 2. Acknowledging.
They're using the winery in Sector George as an observation post. Repeat, enemy using old winery in Sector George as an OP. Enemy artillery about 2,000 yards due east of here. Repeat, enemy artillery about 2,000 yards due east of here, over. Checkmate, King 2. Please acknowledge transmission. Checkmate, King 2, acknowledge, over.
White Rook, this is Checkmate, King 2. Acknowledging. White Rook, this is Checkmate, King 2. Over. White Rook, this is Checkmate, King 2. Over.
I have discovered your empty weapon. I know that you are unarmed. But still I commend you. You have proved yourself a worthy soldier. You have accomplished your mission. You have used your radio. The war is no longer in our hands. My men will be killed or captured. There will be no heroes returned to the regiment for me. Sergeant, yes, you have won the war game. But now we will play another game, a hunting game. You will pay dearly for the privilege of disgracing me, Sergeant. You have saved the lives of many of your comrades. Now let us see if you can save your own. Sergeant! I feel I should warn you. The gate is locked. The winery is completely surrounded by fence. There is no way out. Sergeant! Sergeant! I think that we should introduce ourselves, now that our relationship has grown more personal. I am Eric Heisman, hunter! I know that you hear me, but you don't speak up. Of course not. You don't want to give away your position. Again, I commend you. It is no sport to hunt a dumb fox. Kirby, listen to me. I'm coming back for you. I'll be back for you. I have noticed that men and animals are so alike when they are pursued. They inevitably attempt to reach high ground. Well, the chase is over. I'm sorry. I would have liked more. You've proven yourself a most worthy opponent. Certainly the most interesting animal I have ever had to kill.
That's our artillery.